I described it, I was like, look, episode 2, when you start to see they're both polygamists, was a lot. And then by episode 3, you're like, there are no good people in this. They're all bad people. It's just different levels of bad people.
Right.
No, that's pretty much my Eric Wood joining us. Doug, let's get to the Bills. The Stephon Diggs trade. Does he fit with how they want to play?
Yeah, I believe so. A guy that can create elite, that can play across the board and create some pressure, whether that was blitzing like the Ravens did, or the Patriots that would run stunts with 4 or 5 guys. They couldn't have an effective day offensively. And so by adding Diggs, you add a guy that could separate from man-to-man coverage, another guy. So now you have Cole Beasley, John Brown, and you have Diggs as well. And you would assume that a guy like that would hopefully get the Bills over the hump offensively, because times last about how they gave up too much for it. Well, okay, the DeAndre Hopkins thing, that thing's an anomaly. Take that thing out. Take that trade out of there, because I don't know why it happened. I don't know how it happened, but it did. Take that one out, and this isn't that far off. And when you consider that Minnesota paid him so much money already, the Bills are getting Diggs on a 4-year, $48 million deal at this point. And that's phenomenal for a number 1 receiver. So the Bills have the luxury of Minnesota paying them a big chunk of money already. Now, the only thing you have to worry about there is, could there be a possible holdout, which the new CBA protects a little bit for that. But could there be a holdout, and will he truly play all 4 years at a $12 million APY?
Doug Gottlieb Show here on Fox Sports Radio. That's the voice of Eric Wood. What about Josh Allen? There are people that are still questioning Josh Allen. I thought he improved dramatically season 1 to season 2. Look, if they wanted Cam Newton as a backup, they could have had him. And, of course, that coaching staff, many of them came over from Carolina a couple years ago. GM Brendan Bean came over from Carolina as well. How confident are you that Josh Allen is their franchise quarterback in the future?
I have a lot of confidence, and you mentioned the main thing. He improved dramatically this year, and as long as he keeps that upward trajectory, they'll be very happy with what they have in Josh Allen as a quarterback in these years to come. And I'm excited for year 3 for him for that reason. And what they've done now is they've stockpiled a ton of good quality offensive linemen up front, so protection wasn't as much of an issue last year as it was in year 1. So you solidify that. They have Devin Singletary, a running back, who should solidify the run game. He missed 6 games with injury last year, but he had an awesome rookie campaign. So you have the running game, you have the offensive line, you add receivers. Well, now you need a true evaluation on Josh Allen in year 3. There's a lot of excuses made years 1 and year 2 at times for him. Well, now it's all on him, and as much of a competitor as he is, and a gamer, which the world got to see this year, because against Pittsburgh on Sunday Night Football, against the Cowboys on Thanksgiving, against the Patriots on that Saturday game right before Christmas. Those 3 primetime games, Josh showed what type of competitor he is. So everybody kind of has the gist of what he's all about. But as a competitor, now it's all the excuses are off the table. It's Josh's team, and we're going to see what he has this year. And I'm honestly excited to see it.
Let me ask you about the change in New England. Obviously, your career coincided with Tom Brady's career. What does it mean to everybody in that division that 12 is no longer in that division?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, I used to joke with him at Kentucky Derbies and after games, like, when are you going to leave the Patriots? Go somewhere else. Go try and win one somewhere else. Go prove your legacy. Just get the heck out of the division, because I played him 18 times in my career. We beat him in 2011 at home when all the chips were on the table. We beat New England during Deflategate when he was suspended. So that was my second win against the Patriots, and the third, they rested him in the second half on a game at the end of the year that didn't mean anything. So, really, he just owned the Bills. So it's huge that he's moving on. I'm very interested to see how the Patriots do this year without him, how the Bucs do with him. And at this point of Tom's career, this isn't truly going to be, was it Belichick or was it Brady the entire time? Because now you're looking at a 40-plus age Tom Tom Brady down in Tampa, and you're looking at a Belichick team now that had a quarterback walk in free agency that they may or may not have been prepared for. So it's not a true test, but it's going to be a whole lot of fun to talk about. Who gets more credit for the success based upon one 5-month sample size that we're going to get this fall?
You played against him. Who should get more credit?
Well, that's a great question. Yeah, I think the combination of the two of them and the way the organization is built is probably who deserves the most credit, and you can give that credit to Bill Belichick. But man, I don't know, honestly, and I wish I had a better answer for you. But Belichick's defenses were always tough to play. All the player leadership comes from Tom Brady at the top of it. So it's so hard to separate them at this point. What's your opinion on it, Doug? Do you have one for him?
I mean, look, I think that it depends on what part of his career. Like,
right.
If you look at the middle of their career when they had the best offense in football, that was prime Tom Brady. And Brady's also his willingness to evolve and change as a player to the personnel spoke to Brady. But I would give most of the credit to Belichick in that he was able to consistently find ways to evolve as a coach, an offense, a defense. I mean, the perfect example is you go back to when they won the Super Bowl against the Rams, right? They really they did a great job taking the Rams completely by surprise in what they did the first half. Then they have an injury, and they changed defensive schemes on the fly. Like that's execution, but it's also coaching, and I would give him a little bit more credit. But that's not, like, look, Brady found a way to make the plays consistently, and, he didn't get shaky in the biggest of moments. If he had time to throw, he usually made the right throw, but I would give it a little bit more to Belichick. I'm not one of these guys where only one guy gets credit. It's like Joe Montana is arguably the greatest quarterback of all time. 4 Super Bowls, no Super Bowl losses, but he played for an incredible coaching staff, an incredible organization, and a coach that was ahead of his time, and then everybody copied. Like, it's interesting. No one ever asked them who should get more credit, right?
Right.
So
no, I think your point is spot on. And that's to my point now about when he moves on. He's over 40 years old and he's going to Tampa Bay. So if Tampa Bay doesn't win a title this year, or if they don't make the playoffs, and New England does, is it all Brady or is it all Belichick? No, because at one point they were lighting the world on fire on offense, and the defense didn't have quite the year that they normally have. So, yeah, you almost have to, go back and individually look at the titles or the success and say, okay, this year probably was a little bit more Brady. Maybe this year was more Belichick, especially early in Tom's career when he came in more as a game manager. Then he takes the show. It's almost like a bell curve with Brady's success in the middle of it.
Eric Wood joining us in the Doug Gottlieb Show on Fox Sports Radio. Help me out with this. Travis Frederick retires from the Dallas Cowboys. How much does that change the Cowboys?
Well, it's going to change a lot. Travis Frederick was a solidifying force in the middle of that offensive line. An excellent center, an excellent leader down there, and that guy will be missed. He's arguably top 2 centers in all of football. And when you lose a guy like that, especially with a young quarterback, now Dak Prescott isn't that young anymore. But, when you have a young quarterback in place, a center is so valuable. And having a guy that's cerebral, like Travis Frederick, that is smart, that's a leader, that goes such a long way. It's valuable for the other offensive linemen up front. He will definitely be missed. The game will miss him. And that health scare he had a couple of years ago, I think rocked his world a little bit and made him realize that life outside the game is precious. And he felt this was the best time to hang it up. I texted him and told him I can't wait to see what he does next because he's so smart and passionate. He gives back to the community in so many ways already. I can't wait to see what he does with more time on his hands.
Eric Wood joining us on the Doug Gottlieb Show on Fox Sports Radio. Kind of interesting that the Jets, a team that people talk about a lot in the offseason, haven't done much. They were 7-2 when Sam Darnold was playing last year, finished strong. By the way, Eric Wood, who of course played for the Bills, analyst for the Bills, as well as the ACC Network. Are you, if you had to choose, are you a Sam Darnold or an Allen guy?
I'm a Josh Allen guy, at this point, but, the Buffalo Bills organization has just been so much more stable during his time there, and then Sam Darnold gets the mono last year, so I really, really like Sam Darnold coming out of college. I still do like him, but man, with the changes in coaching and, the changes around him, and now his number one receiver, and Robbie Anderson, there's just a lot of moving parts there, and when you have a guy like Josh Allen who's been able to build relationships with receivers, they're building an offensive line around him. He's had the same offensive coordinator. It's just, he's more built for success right now, and so that's why I say Josh Allen coming out of the draft, I was probably a little bit more familiar with Sam Darnold. A lot of that's because USC plays more than Wyoming does on national TV. But man, I really like Josh Allen at this point, I'll be honest.
Doug Gottlieb Show here on Fox Sports Radio. All right, last thing, we're getting ready for the upcoming NFL draft, and among the names you are going to hear, I think Mekhi Becton is a guy I saw him pushing a truck the other day. I mean, just a freak athlete as a tout. 6'7", 364 pounds. Is this plug-and-play Hall of Famer? Is he, give me, as a former offensive lineman, an analyst, and a guy who's called their games, knows Louisville's program really well, what is Mekhi Becton to you when he steps into an NFL uniform?
Yeah, Mekhi Becton's a day one left tackle starter. He goes to the right organization. He gets the right publicity. He goes to a team. The Cowboys aren't in line to get. Tyron Smith is their left tackle, but you put him in Dallas or one of these big markets where he'll get some pub early in his career. He had a good shot at being a Hall of Famer, honestly. He's a great kid. He's a great athlete. I remember working out with him. He was 18 years old when I was in the NFL. It was the summer before his freshman year at U of L. He ended up starting as a true freshman that year at left tackle for the Cardinals, but we were working together in the weight room. I would go back and train with the college guys. I always had this deal where I always said I would keep doing what got me to the NFL throughout my career. That tapered off a little bit towards the end, maybe a couple days with the college kids. But I always felt like that kept me young and definitely kept my my relevancy. It kept me hip on the latest music and language and all that. When I say all this, I was training with Mekhi Becton, and he could bend, and he was so big, and I was complimenting his athleticism. He wasn't super weight room strong yet, but he was so athletic for his size, and I was mentioning that to one of the coaches, and they said, why don't you play basketball? And man, you should have seen, and I'm sure it'll pop up somewhere, the videos of him playing high school basketball and how he really could dunk and get down the floor. So this kid's been an athlete for a long time. Then he grows into his body in college, and we go to the combine. And I was known as a more athletic offensive lineman. I had the fastest 10-yard dash for any offensive line at the combine. Me and him ran the same 40. We both ran a 5'1", and I weighed 310, and he weighed 364. That is a lot of mass moving, but he's a great kid, so easy to root for. Really excited to watch him play next year, and I think there's great things ahead for him.
Anthony Lynn was there when you were in Buffalo. So too was Tyrod Taylor. It looks as though, as of now, he's going to be the Chargers starting quarterback. Some people have called for Cam Newton, yet he's training with Cam Newton. He's a less expensive, less injured version of a Cam Newton. What's your level of faith that a Tyrod Taylor can be a starter with Chargers?
I think he could definitely. He's a starting level quarterback in the NFL. Is he a top 10 starting caliber quarterback? Probably not. You get him in an offense like we ran in Buffalo, and he can make a Pro Bowl like he did in Buffalo when I was walking for him. And we had Greg Roman as an offensive coordinator. So you get a guy like Greg Roman, you see what he's doing with Lamar Jackson. I'm not saying Tyrod Taylor's Lamar Jackson, but he can do a lot of those things. Anthony Lynn takes over for Greg Roman as the offensive coordinator in Buffalo, and he had success with Tyrod too. Now with Tyrod, don't try and fit a square peg in a circle slot. Let him be an athlete. Let him use his athleticism, and you will like what you see. Now, if you try and plug him into a West Coast scheme His last year in Buffalo was under Rick Denson, and Rick came in and he runs the Shanahan offense, and that's fine. It's a great offense. It's phenomenal, but it didn't fit Tyrod Taylor, and that didn't match his skill set. Now, we made the playoffs that year, and we got over the hump, but that offense didn't match his skill set. I'm confident Anthony Lynn and his staff can make it work out there with Tyrod Taylor to manufacture some yards out there, similar to what Greg Roman does with Lamar Jackson out in Baltimore.
Woody, great stuff, man. You got anything the rest of the day? You more dog walking, grilling out, going over to Chris Mack's house? What are you doing?
No. So today I am going to pick up some food from one of my buddy's restaurants he owns in town. Picking it up for like 4 neighbors. That way I can just support a local business. And
right.
Man, I'm sure there's.
Hello, freak bitches. Today's a pretty lousy weather day, so I figured it would be a good day to see another service area. We're in New Baltimore, between exits 21A and 21B. I'm used to seeing a lot more cars in this parking lot. Can't get my coffee. Not much happening here, folks. Obviously, as we said last week, all the dining areas are closed. All the common areas are closed. Restrooms remain open. Select restaurants remain open for takeout only. And you will find this at every throughway service area. Well, that was exciting, wasn't it? I get to use my Amber Light now at work every day. It would probably be helpful if I unlocked the door first. There we go.
That's CUSTODY to 888-111.
Okay, back on the throughway.
Get your free custody information guide or call 518-468-1027 for more information.
The Colwell Law Group LLC, 200 Great Oaks Boulevard, Albany, New York, 12203. Message and data rates may apply.
According to the 2010 census, only 13% of the population was over 65. Well, I wasn't part of the 13% back then, but I am now. And with the 2020 census, my response will inform funding for things like healthcare, public transit, and all types of things to make 65 feel like the new 40. Yeah, okay, maybe the new 50. Shape your future. Start here. Complete the census at 2020census.gov. Paid for by U.S. Census Bureau. A social distancing tip from iHeartRadio.
While the CDC urges you to avoid close contact, like hugging or shaking hands, there are other non-physical ways to say hello. Wave, wink, use sign language, salute, smile, give the peace sign, throw up an air high five, do jazz hands. Remember, stay a minimum of 6 feet or 2 arms length away from others, and stay home if you can. For more info, visit coronavirus.gov.
Let's all do our part because we're all #AloneTogether. Brought to you by iHeartRadio and the Ad Council.
Dreaming of becoming a professional race car driver? Speeding around empty parking lots is a start, but going pro takes time. So does quitting smoking. It's not about stopping in one day. It's about starting with day one. You just need to take that first step. Get started on your journey toward a smoke-free life with the American Cancer Society. We'll give you the support and resources you need to quit smoking. The finish line is closer than you think. Learn more at cancer.org/smokeout.
Hi, Olympic gold medalist Miss May Trainer here with Fuzzy Bunny and Daffy Duck, reminding you to get moving every day. Get up and play an hour a day, Duck. Check out how to be a player at letsmove.gov. A message from the Ad Council and AT&T.
Fox Sports 980 and 95.9 FM. That's one. To find FS1 on your television, go to foxsports.com for details. That's one. Broadcasting live from the studios of Fox Sports Radio, here's Doug Gottlieb.
Doug Gottlieb Show, Fox Sports Radio. Every day at this time, I like to get you caught up on stuff you might have missed. We do so by playing a game.
This is game time on the Doug Gottlieb Show.
There we go, it's on.
What about thermonuclear war? Do you remember how to play that game, Doug?
I remember War Games, the movie. That's what I got.
There you go. Tic-tac-toe. We got big deal, little deal, no deal. So how about this? Let's start things off in the National Football League. Raiders have a video call set up with Oregon quarterback Justin Herbert. Big deal, little deal, no deal at all, Doug.
That's a little deal. I mean, like, look, Justin Herbert could very easily slip in the draft. And no one likes to play. And remember, you got basically this a one-year deal with Derek Carr. So, on the other hand, they did just sign Marcus Mariota to be a backup quarterback. So, do they want to carry 3 quarterbacks? Now, the idea that you have a Derek Carr, you would move off of a Derek Carr at this point in time, we've seen it before. We've seen it with Sam Bradford in Philadelphia, Sam Bradford in Arizona, Mike Glennon with Chicago Bears. You see? But I think this is more merely a formality. Just in case the guy falls, they do have 2 first-round picks, or, and maybe end up getting a value selection.
If you're breaking in Las Vegas, who do you roll with in 2020?
I roll with Derek Carr.
Yeah. Fair enough. How about here in Los Angeles? Big deal, little deal, no deal at all. Chargers quarterback Tyrod Taylor says if he is the starter here in Los Angeles, quote, will go out and turn a lot of heads, end quotes.
I think that's a I think it's a little deal to most people. Most are like, but he did. I mean, look, you heard from Eric Wood.
Yep.
He led them to the playoffs, the familiarity with the coach. You know, we'll see if they may not draft a guy. They may not. They got to figure out is anybody better than Easton Stick, who they got in the draft last year.
Fair enough. How about this? We'll skip on over to the NBA. Big deal, little deal, or no deal? Carmelo Anthony credits LeBron James for saving his life after almost drowning in the Bahamas.
I want to credit my friend Gabe Frank with saving my life. I almost drowned on my wedding day. We had a pontoon boat, Lake Ponca, floating away. I had several drinks, and I could have swam, I think, to where the pontoon boat was floating away, but he finally turned that thing around and picked me up just in time. So, yeah, that's a big deal.
It's game time on the Doug Gottlieb Show.
I'll wait and see what happens when life gets back to normal. Take control of your future now. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. Live online classes meet just twice a week. Sign up beside mycomputercareer.edu. Guess what? One professional sports league is desperate to play. Okay, how about this next? While you can't believe everything on social media these days, you can believe it's possible to start a new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months from the comfort of your own home, even if you have zero computer experience. Instead of waiting, take control of your future now. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. Helping people start an IT career is what we do. Many graduates would do even more than turn their computer on and off before they started. Live online classes meet just twice a week to get you what you'll need to start your new career. More than just a school, My Computer Career helps you get into the industry by working with hundreds of employers to hire our students. My Computer Career is also accredited. Financial aid is available for those who qualify, including the GI Bill. Online classes start soon. So take the free career evaluation today at mycomputercareer.edu. It's not rocket science, it's mycomputercareer.edu.
This report is sponsored by H&R Block.
We are looking at a 6-minute travel time on the west side and alternate 7 from the College City Bridge on over to the Northway in Latham. 5 minutes on the eastbound side. Top to bottom on 787, not bad. 10-minute travel time up and down the Northway from I-90 and Colorado. Maybe right up to the Spring Bridges. And the Thruway is a 7-minute travel time from the Northway out towards 890. From the WGY French Chopper Market 32 Traffic Center, I'm Mike Barker.
There's a lot going on right now, and more than ever, people need their tax refund. That's why H&R Block is open with many ways to do your taxes as safely as possible. You can drop off, work with a tax pro remotely, or file online. Block is always here to help.
Geico has the insurance industry leading app that lets you manage your policy anytime, anywhere, which means that Geico is always there for you. If only everyone was always there for you. Like animal control, when you're cornered in your garage by an angry possum.
Hi, Peter. You guys said you would be here about an hour ago, and I think the possum is starting to get angry. Listen, I thought if I fed it, it would go away, but now it is ripping holes in the drywall and making some sort of nest. Just call me back.
Geico, always there for you with savings on the industry-leading mobile app.
While you can't believe everything on social media these days, you can believe it's possible to start a new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months from the comfort of your own home, even if you have zero computer experience. Instead of waiting to see what happens when life gets back to normal, take control of your future now. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. Live online classes meet just twice a week. It's not rocket science, it's mycomputercareer.edu.
With the market by Goldman Sachs, no penalty CD. There's a typo, a fixed rate guaranteed, and no penalties if you withdraw your balance early.
That's right, no penalties.
Really? Take two. With the market by Goldman Sachs, no penalty CD. You get a fixed rate of 1.7% for 7 months. There are no penalties if you withdraw your balance early. And to keep the interest you earn. You can lean with Marcus by Goldman Sachs. Learn more at marcus.com.
$500 minimum balance required to earn paid annual percentage yield. Which may change before time extended. Payments off the balance beginning 7 days after Sunday. Breakup required to pay $20 document tax by US Federal FDIC. Zero is zeros. They're action-oriented do-gooders. Why? Here's how I can help. Right-hand man and women. The world is so almost magical. What you're thinking. Those are common. We're diagnosing. Sarcoma is a rare cancer of the body soft tissue of bone. A cancer affecting tens of thousands of Americans every year. A cancer that has
has more than 76 types, many of which require unique treatment options at various stages of discovery, and we lose thousands of lives to sarcoma in the U.S. on a yearly basis. The Sarcoma Foundation of America partners with heroes, do-gooders, and helpers from all walks of life to advocate for sarcoma patients through funded research and widespread awareness efforts. New and more effective sarcoma therapies are out there. We just need to work together to discover them and find a cure for this cancer once and for all. Now is the time to step up and fight the good fight against sarcoma. Join forces by visiting curesarcoma.org to learn more.
The opioid epidemic is affecting countless lives, including young adults. Did you know approximately 45% of opioid prescriptions for adolescents are made by chemists? Often after dystrophy removal, these drugs carry risks, but you can help reduce your risk or the risk for a loved one. If prescribed an opioid, ask your dentist to consider limiting prescriptions to 3 days, using over-the-counter pain relievers, and properly disposing of unused medications. For more information, go to shatterproof.org. This has been a message from Shatterproof, United Healthcare, and this station.
WOFX Troy, WGYFM HD2 WC40 East Gilbert, Fox Sports 980 and 95.9 FM. Driven by Mohawk Chevrolet in Clifton Park.
iHeartRadio wants to help with a chance at $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword AID to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest.
Fox Sports trending now.
Michigan's Attorney General's office has requested the case filed regarding a woman who told police that she was sexually assaulted by Michigan State basketball player Brock Washington. University police told prosecutors that they were cause that Washington raped the woman on January the 19th of 2020 while she was too intoxicated for consent. County prosecutors did not complete by allowing virtual meetings between coaches, athletes, and staff. This will be limited to 2 hours per week. One conference who continues to suspend all activities among the Power 5 is the Pac-12. I'm David Gascon.
This is the Doug Gottlieb Show. This is America's longest-running afternoon drive sports radio show, broadcasting live from the studios of Fox Sports Radio.
Urging the world's wealthy nations to address a chronic shortage of personal protective equipment and medical supplies, and to note the emotional needs of those suffering.
In the eye of a storm like COVID, scientific and admirable tools are essential, but so are humility and kindness.
Liberty University in Lynchburg, Virginia is facing controversy after students on the campus of more than 100,000 were told to return. CBS's Gary Nunn.
Liberty President Jerry Falwell Jr. defiantly opened the school after spring break. The city was furious. Falwell has ordered
Tough business for businesses like Saginaw's Red Horse Bar. Chris Adams and his brother had to lay off their staff.
It's been a challenge, but we're going to be here no matter what. So that's it. And we'll be here.
Closed on Wall Street, the Dow is up 688 points. NASDAQ is ahead 271. This is CBS News.
Brought to you by the Capital One Quicksilver Card. With Quicksilver, you earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, everywhere. What's in your wallet?
Your news, live and local. This is WCBS.
Tonight with lows in the 40s. Tomorrow, a morning shower, then just another cloudy, chilly day with a high near 48. 403 at WCBS. Governor calling on healthcare workers around the
But this is about more than just numbers. This is about human beings.
That's a lot of loss. It's a lot of pain. It's a lot of tears. It's a lot of grief.
The governor says the virus is taking its toll on healthcare workers. He's asking
12-hour shifts, one after the other after the other. We need relief for doctors. We need relief for attendants.
Well, President Trump often targets governors, including himself. Cuomo says this isn't about politics in red and blue. It's about red, white, and blue. Peter Haskell, WCBS News Radio 880.
New Jersey now has more than 16,000 coronavirus cases, 198 deaths. Governor Murphy's calling on people to be prudent and stay home.
Absolute number one weapon at our disposal is the one that we've been pounding away on day in and day out, and that is stay at home, practice social distancing, period.
Governor also warned New Jersey could run out of hospital beds, so he's arranging for new field hospitals.
We have partnered with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to stand up 3 regional field medical stations capable of adding another 1,000 beds.
New Jersey's getting 300 ventilators from the national stockpile. Murphy says New Jersey will need many more. New Jersey is conducting so many tests for coronavirus, some patients are having to wait up to a week to get their results. The record reports more than 1,800 hospital patients are still awaiting results. The state's just now getting positive results from people who were tested a week ago. The testing sites at Bergen Community College and the PNC Bank Arts Center have enough kits to test 2,500 people a week. They usually reach capacity before they even open or within minutes of opening each day. New York City's hospital bed capacity jumped by 1,000 today with the arrival of the Navy hospital ship Comfort on Manhattan's west side. WCBS's Marla Diamond has that story.
It's an emotional time, said Mayor de Blasio as he welcomed the ship at Pier 90, adding its arrival is boosting the morale of New Yorkers.
This ship arriving is not just an example of health arriving in a physical form. It's not just about the beds and the doctors and the equipment. It's also about hope.
The Comfort, with capacity for 1,000 hospital beds, will be used to treat non-coronavirus patients to take the strain off city medical centers. Rear Admiral John Mustin will oversee operations on the 70,000-ton, fully equipped floating hospital that last visited New York in the week after 9/11.
Today, like then, we bring a message to all New Yorkers. Now, your Navy has returned, and we are with you, committed in this fight.
On Manhattan's west side, Marla Diamond, WCBS News Radio 880.
407 at WCBS.
You want to talk about extraordinary individuals. The nurses and doctors and healthcare workers, police officers, and it's the firefighters, transportation workers, people who are running the stores and the pharmacies. When you see them on the street, please just say thank you.
These are unprecedented times. Stay connected with WCBS 880 and at radio.com/stay connected. Indoor mold is a health hazard and requires a test before removal. Look at indoor mold tests with RTK. We follow health and safety protocols. Visit rtkenvironmental.com. Rings End is open for business and following CDC guidelines to ensure the safety of their customers, employees, and the community. Rings End is here to help you through this challenging situation. They're continuing to provide service to you within the constraints of the current pandemic and within the restrictions placed on them by the governing authorities. They'll work to provide essential products and services needed to support you. For the latest information on store hours, delivery, and pickup policies, and more, visit ringsend.com/COVID-19. We're all in this together. Let them know how they can assist you. Parks Casino, Pennsylvania's #1 casino, wants you to know they're looking forward to bringing you fun, safe gambling, and entertainment experiences at Parks Casino and Sportsbook very soon. Please stay safe and know Parks Casino and Sportsbook is thinking about you. Please monitor Parks Casino on Facebook and Twitter and parkscasino.com for updates. Parks Casino and Sportsbook misses all of their great friends and visitors. Again, please stay safe and support your friends, family, and neighbors during this time. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 408 at WCBS. Traffic and weather together on the 8th. Here's Jim Feldman. And Michael, northbound side of the western spur of the New Jersey Turnpike in Kearney by 15W. Looks like we've got a broken vehicle there. We see it on Waze. One lane is blocked. If you're on 78, no issues to worry about. They picked up that construction that was on the westbound side of the locals by exit 48. No issues on 287 or 280. No issues across the Tappan Zee Bridge in either direction, but southbound side of the New
Interstate Freeway in Yonkers still have an issue by exit 6. And the issue is an accident, and it is on the shoulder. Watch for delays westbound side of the Cross Bronx. This is going to be like this the entire afternoon for the rest of it and into tonight. Westbound starting at White Plains Road, it is jammed up about a half an hour at least from there to the outbound upper level of the GWB. 2 lanes are blocked under the apartment for construction. And again, this is going to be out there throughout the afternoon and into the evening. Next traffic update less than 10 minutes away at WCBS. Over to the Weather Center, and we welcome in our chief meteorologist, Craig Allen. Not a great day today. Sounds like tomorrow's not that great either.
No, it's similar through tomorrow. We have off and on seen the clouds thin out, allow for a little sunshine, but now we've got patches of light showers, mostly light showers. I see little pockets where it's light to moderate, like up around Monroe and right around Oakland, New Jersey. Let's see, we've got a heavier shower back in the extreme western portion of Warren County. So there are a few that are a little bit heavier. Most are light, but this is what will go on through the night now. And temperatures will be around 40. Tomorrow, clouds, any scattered showers may give way to some brightening during the day, like today, but rather cool, only 35 to 50, and it's still mostly cloudy Tuesday night. Wednesday, partly sunny, and the high will be up around 50 degrees. Looking forward to even just that at this point. 49, humidity 74%, and an easterly breeze at 6.
Thanks, Craig. 410 at WCBS. 8 patients at the Lakeland Nursing Home in Washington. Visitors are the Atlantic City. Here beginning in 2022. Connecticut is converting a sports arena into a makeshift hospital for COVID-19 patients. The Webster Bank Arena in Bridgeport will become a medical center with 128 beds for patients who don't need ventilators. Connecticut now has 2,000 confirmed cases of the virus and is bracing for many more.
There, mortgage, if I had a heart problem, well, I got life insurance by shopping $10 in coverage for my family for just $36 a month. Just right now. What's that link again? healthiq.com/easy? Yeah, healthiq.
WCBS anchor Linda Lopez. During the coronavirus crisis, we need to show each other kindness and support 24/7 for you on air and online. Now, more than ever,
But the games will go on, albeit a year late. They've been rescheduled for July of 2021. The same time frame, the games would have been held this year. Wimbledon is expected to be canceled, marking the first time since World War II that it won't be held. NFL owners will reportedly vote tomorrow whether to extend the playoff format to 14 teams for the 2020 season, and the Boxing Hall of Fame will hold off on its induction ceremonies this year. The class of 2020 will go in jointly with the class of 2021. Sugar Shane Mosley and Bernard Hopkins were elected this year. I'm Rich Ackerman, WCBS, 880 Sports.
New Yorkers, stay home for essential needs. Don't get to sneeze or cough. For the fill out 2020 census. Federal funding for our communities is determined by census results. If we're not all counted, we could miss out. So, strength in numbers. Learn more at census.nj.gov.
Associated Press, hosted by AP's Julie Pace, ground game discusses.
In real life, the tortoise gets crushed. You're never more than 15 minutes from the big stories on WC.
Them are hospitalized, but Governor Cuomo says the hospitalization rate is slowing. Number 2, Governor Cuomo insists he is not running for president, saying this is a time for partnerships, not politics. Whispers about a possible Cuomo run have grown louder with his prominent role in fighting the pandemic. And 3, the Navy hospital ship Comfort may start taking in non-coronavirus patients as soon as tomorrow to lessen the burden on the city's hospitals. That 1,000-bed ship is docked at Manhattan's Pier 90 as of today. A field hospital has been set up in Central Park near Mount Sinai Hospital to handle overflow patients. Our Marla Diamond watched it go up today.
4 tractor trailers trucked in tents, beds, personal protective equipment for staff, and 10 ventilators for the most critically ill.
we come with our own stock of goods for everything from PPE, face mask gowns, to our own lab technician as a part of this setup. So we'll be running our own labs here. We have our own pharmacy here.
Nurse practitioner Kristen Dirks of Dallas is one of 70 doctors and nurses from across the country with the Christian relief organization Samaritan's Purse. She says this is their second emergency field hospital to be set up during the coronavirus pandemic.
So we deployed initially on March 17th to Cremona, Italy, with a respiratory care unit that's there now.
There are 58 beds in this makeshift hospital of 14 large tents, usually erected outside war zones. This will help Mount Sinai do battle with an invisible enemy. On the Upper East Side, Marla Diamond, WCBS News Radio 880.
County right now, says the county executive Laura Curran.
We're working with our funeral homes on guidance for both COVID and non-COVID related deaths because, of course, life goes on, death goes on. People are still dying of normal things like they were before COVID as well. So no funerals for them either, unfortunately, for now.
And she says,
but we do have some bad actors out there.
Gouging and deceptive practices.
I think the most egregious we've come across, at least one of the most egregious, is a Plainview warehouse that was selling N95 masks at an inflated price, right? So that's bad enough. That's just already a violation. However, the masks were not N95 certified. And in fact, this particular mask wasn't supposed to be sold.
Sophia Hall, WCBS News 880.
WCBS News Time 4:18. Traffic and weather together on the 8th, sponsored by MajorWorld.com. Jim Feldman, what's the holdup at the GWB? Well, the holdup, Michael, is heading to the outbound upper level. It's under the apartments where 2 lanes right now are blocked and causing a massive backup on the westbound side of the Cross Bronx, starting now at White Plains Road. Also the northbound Deegan, getting out of that ramp. The westbound Cross Bronx is slow. Better approaches, if you can get to them, Harlem River Drive and the Henry Hudson Parkway. Elsewhere, pretty good on the FDR and also on the Henry Hudson Parkway. No issues to worry about in Brooklyn on the VTV. Some minor slowdowns on the inbound Gowanus getting past Industry City. But Bell Parkway through Brooklyn, through Queens, a nice smooth ride there. No issues outbound at the Lincoln Tunnel or at the Holland Tunnel. Don't forget on the inbound side at all 3, cashless tolling. If you don't have Easy Pass, the tolls will be mailed to you. In New Jersey, in Kearney on the northbound western spur by interchange 15, that's a broken down vehicle. The left lane blocked with that. New Jersey Transit operating on a modified President's Day holiday schedule. The buses, however, on a full weekday schedule. Back to the trains, there is one cancellation as of right now. It is on the North Jersey coastline. The entire Major World staff and their families say thank you to everyone who are on the front lines for their courage and efforts to keep everyone safe. Major World pledges to all of you they will be here for you day and night, today, tomorrow, and forever. MajorWorld.com or 1-800-MAJOR-AUTO. Next traffic update less than 10 minutes away on the U.S. Craig's up next with the forecast. The entire Major World staff and their families say thank you to everyone who are on the front lines for their courage and efforts to keep everyone safe. Major World pledges to all of you they will be day and night, today, tomorrow, and forever. MajorWorld.com or 1-800-MAJOR-AUTO. Craig Allen now with the 5-day forecast. Not much better tomorrow, huh, friend?
Not too much. If anything, the temperatures may have degrees only back down to around 40. 49 is where we're at right now. And Shasta Valley, Connecticut, but I do see some heavier ones that are down towards Philadelphia approaching central sections of New Jersey. So it's going to be one of those nights, off and on showers. Tomorrow, too, 45 to 50. Some brightening possible during the day. Tuesday night, mostly cloudy. Wednesday, partly sunny with highs up around 50. You're always connected with the Yelties 5-day forecast. Varying amounts of clouds and sun for Thursday and Friday, 55 to 60. Hopefully it is as simple as that. There's still going to be an offshore storm out there over the Atlantic, and it's going to try to back in. So an eye has to be kept out to the east. See how close that one gets. But in the meantime, 49, still mainly cloudy, humidity 74%, easterly breezes, and showers around tonight.
Thanks, Craig. It's 4:20 at WCBS. New Yorkers are thanking those on the front lines of the COVID-19 battle by donating money and sending food. WCBS's Peter Haskell says it's the story of a GoFundMe page that's making a difference.
His sister's an ICU nurse at Mount Sinai, and Peter DeJoya wanted to do something nice.
Just wanted to send her and her colleagues
lunch one day just to show them our appreciation.
By the next day, Fred sent him $3,000 by Venmo. That led him and his girlfriend Brooke Smalley to start a GoFundMe page.
People were, just so ecstatic about the cause and excited. We started getting hundreds of dollars in, and then they started sharing with their friends, and they started sharing with their friends.
With the help of restaurants and caterers, they're now providing 1,000 meals a week. The food is going to several hospitals as well as firehouses and police stations. Peter Haskell, WCBS News Radio 880.
New York City restaurants have already lost more than $2 billion to the pandemic. More than 250,000 restaurant workers have lost their jobs. These numbers come from the National Restaurant Foundation, which says restaurant receipts are down 58% from the same time last year. Some local restaurants have already announced they will not reopen after the crisis. 422, here's Joe Connolly with our small business report. When the gathering restrictions went into place, Dave Cervini of the New York Social Network for mixers and dinners and other events thought he was out of business.
I was lucky enough to be picked off to using Zoom. So we've been able to start converting over things like our trivia nights. We do happy hours. They have to bring a drink and a couple of snacks, and they sit in front of the screen and they talk about all the things that are happening that they would normally talk about each other in the bar. We have nights where we do group dinners, and we get on Zoom. They all bring their own food, and we have nice chats.
Dave Cervini told producer Neil A. Caruso that he's adding new virtual events daily. People are eager for them. Some are free, some cost $5 to $10. He's even doing virtual fitness and other events at NewYorkSocialNetwork.com. I'm Joe Connolly for Bloomberg and WCBS News Radio 880.
Morty, your mother's coming home from the hospital tomorrow. Excited?
Excited? Have you met Mother?
Oh, Morty, stop. Did you finally make a decision on which home health aide to hire?
I don't know where to start.
You gotta think Blink.
Mom needs someone 24/7 that knows what they're doing.
You gotta think Blink.
I need a home health caregiver that can work with Mother's personality.
You gotta think Blink.
Someone who can help Mother maintain her independence, dignity, a high quality of living while being in her own home.
You gotta think Blink.
But where can I find a home health care company that can give her the individualized attention she deserves?
Morty, you gotta think Blink.
And I don't have to worry about if they are supervised, insured, and meet all Department of Health requirements?
Not if you're thinking Link.
Sylvia, I just had an idea.
Impressive.
I'm calling Link Home Care.
Huh, who would have thought?
Serving the 5 boroughs, Long Island, Westchester, Rockland, and Putnam counties. Visit linkhomecare.com. That's LINK homecare.com.
You gotta think Link.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So, what do you provide? Cookie-cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie-cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments.
Investments and securities involve the risk of loss.
New York City hospitals will start funneling some of their non-coronavirus patients to the new Navy hospital ship that's docked on Manhattan's west side as soon as tomorrow. But the latest coming up in 5 minutes, 4:25 at WCBS. Time to check money news. Good day on Wall Street. Here's Bloomberg's Tracy Jonke.
Michael, investors first cheered about Abbott Labs' 5-minute COVID-19 test and Johnson & Johnson's work on a vaccine. Then the rally spread beyond healthcare stocks. The Dow climbed 691.87. The Nasdaq up 272 points at 77.74. S&P's up 85 points. Claims reports showed applications for jobless benefits topped. I think it will happen again in this week's report from the Labor Department, in part because states...
We're having trouble with the line to Tracy Jonke, so we'll try to get you, of course, more business news throughout the afternoon. But again, in case you missed it there, the Dow finished up 690 points today at 22,327. The NASDAQ was up 271 points and the S&P up 85, all three up more than 3% on the day. 426 at WCBS.
This is Dr. Jan Schwartzmiller, Chief Medical Officer of Atlantic Health System, with important information concerning the coronavirus outbreak. If you're experiencing symptoms, including a fever, cough, and shortness of breath, and think you've been exposed to coronavirus, call your doctor. Atlantic Health also offers telehealth services staffed by expert physicians who are specifically trained in assisting coronavirus cases. Telehealth allows you to stay at home and visit the doctor virtually. Keep in mind, most people who contract coronavirus will experience mild symptoms and can self-manage from the comfort of their homes. Staying at home will allow you to recover faster and decrease the spread to others. We continuously urge you to follow preventive actions right now to limit the spread. Practice social distancing of 6 feet. Remember to wash your hands often. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Cover your cough and clean frequently touched surfaces routinely. For more information, visit atlantichealth.org.
You're a small business owner, and there's nothing small about what you do. That's why Dell Small Business Technology Advisors give you trusted advice, one-on-one partnership, and tailored tech solutions, like computers with Intel Core processors, servers, storage, networking, plus thousands of top-brand electronics, accessories, and software. No matter your technology needs, Dell is here to help your small business do big things. Call 877-BUY-DELL to speak with an advisor today. That's 877-BUY-DELL.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents. And
Check it out, Luna. You've got a brand new motorcycle jacket and matching leather pants. Let's go for a ride and tell everyone that Liberty Mutual customizes their motorcycle insurance. So you only pay for what you need. Oh my gosh, this leather does not breathe well. You can't suffocate leather, can you? Get a customized quote at libertymutual.com.
428 at WCBS. Traffic and weather together on the 8th. Here's Jim Feldman. And Michael, northbound side of the FDR near 30th Street, there's a broken down vehicle. The left lane shut with that. The westbound Cross Bronx, just a bumper-to-bumper mess right now. Starting at White Plains Road, at least a half an hour from there to the outbound George Washington Bridge, and this is all stemming from the construction that is under the apartments getting to the outbound upper level. 2 lanes are blocked with that. The ramp from the northbound Deegan is jammed up as well, but so far not so bad from either Harlem River Drive or from the Henry Hudson Parkway. You've got portions of streets closed throughout the 5 boroughs to give some more social distancing to pedestrians, so close to vehicles in Manhattan is part of Park Avenue, 28th to 34th Street, part of Grand Concourse in the Bronx, East Burnside Avenue to 184th, 34th Avenue, part of that in Queens, 73rd Street to 80th Street, and also in Brooklyn, Bushwick Avenue, part of that, Borough Street to Flushing Avenue. Portions of that all closed to vehicles through 7 o'clock tonight. Don't forget, alternate side parking rules suspended throughout today until at least tomorrow. And here's Craig with the forecast.
Right now, mostly cloudy skies, showers around the area. There's nothing very heavy at all out there except for 1 or 2 little showers that are back over western Warren County and the northern sections of Hunterdon now. I see a few that are south of Trenton, and otherwise, for the most part, again, it's just light to an occasionally moderate shower, and temperatures tonight around 40 degrees. Clouds and any scattered showers tomorrow morning will give way to some brightening during the day. It is rather cool tomorrow, just 45 to 50 for the high, mostly cloudy Tuesday night, and finally somewhat better on Wednesday, partly sunny, and the high will be up around 50 degrees. Right now, overcast, a couple of raindrops every once in a while, down to 49, humidity 74%, and an east wind at 6.
More than just the headlines. This is WCBS News Radio 880.
A Navy hospital ship docks on Manhattan's west side and will start taking non-coronavirus patients tomorrow. Governor Cuomo asked healthcare workers from other states to come help in New York. New York State now has 66,000 COVID-19 cases and 1,200 deaths. Governor Murphy warns New Jersey may run out of hospital beds. The White House task force on the virus says it's trying to learn from what's happened in the New York area. Britain is put on a wartime footing for the first time ever in peacetime. Sports, the Tokyo Olympics rescheduled for July 2021. 49 degrees, scattered showers on Monday, March 30th. Good afternoon, I'm Michael Wallace. It's 4:31 at WCBS. The U.S. NS Comfort arrived in New York City today. It'll start treating non-coronavirus patients as soon as tomorrow. More from WCBS reporter Marla Diamond.
Mayor de Blasio called the USNS Comfort a beacon of hope.
We've all been through a lot these last few weeks, and we needed this boost. We needed this hope that's being created by our brothers and sisters in the U.S. Navy and the Marine Corps.
The last time the ship docked off New York shores was on 9/11. FEMA Regional Administrator Thomas Von Essen was the city's fire commissioner at the time.
Everybody was affected by September 11th, and that's what's happening now. Everybody you know is affected by the coronavirus in one way or another.
As the city's hospitals convert thousands of beds into intensive care units, the Comfort will treat non-coronavirus patients. It's equipped with operating rooms, digital radiology, a CAT scan, a helicopter landing pad, and 1,000 hospital beds. On Manhattan's west side, Marla Diamond, WCBS News Radio 880.
New York State now has more than 66,000 cases of coronavirus and 1,200 deaths, nearly half the deaths in the entire country. Governor Cuomo is again urging New Yorkers to stay at home to prevent the virus from spreading.
If you leave the house, you're exposing yourself to danger. If you leave the house, you're exposing others to danger. You can get infected, go home and infect whoever's at home. So stay at home. I know the isolation can be boring and oppressive. It is better than the alternative. Life is options, right? Stay at home.
Governor Cuomo also put out a plea to doctors and nurses from across the country to come to New York to help and relieve the city's tired healthcare workers. He promises New York will return the favor when the virus subsides here. Governor Murphy warned this afternoon New Jersey could soon run out of hospital beds. WCBS's Christy Kalishian has more.
A shipment of 300 ventilators from the Strategic National Stockpile is on its way to New Jersey. State Health Commissioner Judith Persicelli says personal protective equipment, though, has been more of a concern.
Do we have enough PPE? The answer is no, and we know that. Do I think we'll have enough ventilators? I do. But I'm concerned about the PPE and the impact on the workforce.
This week, a FEMA medical team will be training New Jersey medical staff on how to implement co-venting, where two patients share one ventilator. But there's no time frame as to when co-venting may be used.
This is a necessary step that will buy us precious time. This is real life, and this is life and death. We need more than this.
Persicelli says if more social distancing is practiced, co-venting may not be needed. Christy Kalishian, WCBS News Radio 880.
Renters have already won an extension to pay their landlords, but for some that's not enough. They want their payments waived altogether. And that idea is gaining momentum on social media. Organizers are telling supporters to hang white sheets from their windows. Landlords warn tenants who don't pay their rent after the government grace period will face eviction. The coronavirus is still outpacing the available resources for healthcare workers to treat it. Dr. Deborah Birx, the White House's coronavirus response coordinator, said they're trying to predict how fast cities can expect to see increases in cases by watching the rest of the world.
We can see in Italy that as you flatten the curve, the duration at the top of the peak lengthens also. And so we can really project as best we can about what's happening in New York to the rest of the country. Certainly we're hoping that there aren't more New York cities and New York metro areas around the country.
Birx says communities need to prepare for a New York City-sized coronavirus outbreak just in case. There have now been more than 143,000 coronavirus cases reported across the U.S. Britain, meantime, has been put on a wartime footing, unprecedented in peacetime there. CBS's Vicky Barker is in London.
No British official has spoken these words since World War II.
All parts of the country are now on an emergency footing.
Housing Secretary Robert Jenrick briefing reporters Sunday while Prime Minister Boris Johnson remained in quarantine. Massive field hospitals are being built outside London, Manchester, and Birmingham, and command units of medical, military, and police officials are being set up in different regions to coordinate the coronavirus response. Vicky Barker, CBS News, London.
4:36 at WCBS.
Home, where you feel safe, sheltered from the elements and free to be yourself, where you work hard and laugh loud, where the pace of life slows down enough for you to remember the little things. It's that sense of the familiar, your favorite spot to relax and refresh as the day winds down. That's why at Unified, our experts are working hard to deliver quality products for your home, caring about the details and creating solutions that perform as beautifully as they look. Providing you with all your home improvement needs, Unified is by your side throughout the whole process. Because at the end of the day, we love home too. We know it's what's in your home that really matters. At Unified, we know it's more than just a house. It's your home. To schedule a free estimate, call 888-631-2131 or visit unifiedhomeremodeling.com.
An important public health message from Holy Name Medical Center in Teaneck, New Jersey. We know this is a difficult time for all of us, as everyday routines are now turned upside down. All hospitals, including Holy Name, have had to create new procedures and policies for patient care and visiting. Some of these changes may be inconvenient, but this evolving situation demands tolerance and understanding, and it helps to know the facts. Reliable sources of information about COVID-19 include the CDC and Health Department websites, as well as holyname.org/coronavirus. Remember, if you have a fever, cough, or shortness of breath, don't go to your doctor's office or ER before calling first, as you will be given specific instructions to prevent the spread of infection. Please educate yourself about COVID-19. We will get through this together. We always do. This has been a public service announcement from Holy Name Medical Center in Teaneck, New Jersey.
WCBS News Time 4:38. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 8th. Good afternoon, Tom Kaminsky.
Michael, good afternoon to you. Good afternoon, drivers. And we are going to have an issue in the Bronx going toward the outbound side of the GWB. We've had midday work, which is now going to be stretching right in through the evening and in toward the area of the early part of the evening at the very least. A couple of lanes are blocked as you start onto the upper level under the apartments. So as a result of that, the westbound side of the Cross Bronx heavy from about White Plains Road. It's also heavy up the ramp from either side of the Major Deegan getting onto the westbound side of the Cross Bronx. Now, the other approaches are going to be at least a little bit better for you. The west side, the east side, no delays up the ramps to the outbound GWB. The Lincoln and Holland outbound side look to be good. The western spur of the Turnpike, northbound 15W, we did have a stall there. And back over to the east side for a second, northbound on the FDR Drive in the mid-30s, right around 30th Street, actually. We had a stall there. We had at least one lane blocked. The mass transit picture, the essential service plan is in place, not only on the MTA subways, but as well as on Metro North and on the Long Island Railroad. President's Day schedule on New Jersey Transit, and the bus schedule has changed as of today. So again, just bear all that in mind. I'm Tom Kaminsky, the WCBS Traffic Center.
Forecast from Craig Allen. Cloudy tonight with some showers around. The lows near 40. Tomorrow, still cloudy. Scattered showers may give way to some sun during the day, but it'll still be on the cool side. The high tomorrow near 50. Then Wednesday, partly sunny with a high again near 50. Right now, it is cloudy for the most part. 49 in the Bronx, 50 in Deer Park, 49 degrees here in Hudson Square at 4:39 at WCBS. Another world leader is quarantined. CBS News correspondent Robert Berger reports. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has gone into quarantine after a staff member tested positive for the coronavirus. His office says the 70-year-old leader will remain in isolation until he receives test results. Netanyahu's close advisors have also been placed under quarantine as a precaution. Robert Berger, CBS News, Jerusalem.
British Prime Minister Boris Johnson is in quarantine after he tested positive last week. A coronavirus closure may have played a part in the theft of a Van Gogh painting. A masterpiece called Spring Garden was stolen from a museum near Amsterdam that had gone dark. Police say the thieves raided the building early this morning. That painting was on loan from another museum. Elmo, Abby, and other Muppets from Sesame Street are doing their part to promote healthy habits during the pandemic. Sesame Workshop launched the new advertising campaign today with instructive songs and videos with the show's characters. In the coming days, those videos will be available in more than a dozen languages. 4:41 at WCBS.
CVS Pharmacy delivers. And right now, to meet the needs of the current health situation, we're offering 1 to 2 day delivery and other everyday essentials like vitamins, allergy relief, snacks, and more from your local CVS. We understand your concern, and this is just one of the ways we can help you to be prepared and stay well. Visit CVS.com or call your local CVS pharmacy to get started. Restrictions apply. Offer valid on orders with a prescription.
The motto for world-class competition has always been faster, higher, stronger. It's the same for Navien, makers of condensing tankless water heaters. Faster to install and set up. Higher performance and efficiency to provide endless hot water. Stronger with the industry's strongest warranty. All because of the copper-free stainless steel heat exchanger built in every unit. Learn about Navien's condensing tankless water heaters and find a Navien contractor at tanklessmadesimple.com. That's tanklessmadesimple.com.
Closing numbers for Wall Street today in the green. All three indices up more than 3%. The Dow gaining 690 points to close at 22,327. The Nasdaq was up 271 points. The S&P was up 85. 442 at WCBS. Let's check sports. Here's Rich Ackerman.
The Summer Olympics will go on. Pushed back 1 year, and it will be the same time frame. The games will begin July 23rd of 2021 in Tokyo and end on August 8th. According to reports, Wimbledon is expected to be canceled this week for the first time since World War II. The Boxing Hall of Fame is pushing back its induction date. The classes of 2020 and 2021 will go in jointly. Sugar Shane Mosley and Bernard Hopkins were both elected this year. NFL owners will reportedly vote tomorrow on whether or not to expand the playoff for the 2020 season. Rich Ackerman, WCBS 880 Sports.
At CDW, we get that you need a network that keeps your business moving forward.
Us for not. Backwards everything do we.
Either way, CDW has experts who can design and implement a secure, innovative network built on Cisco DNA that learns and adapts to your needs to keep your business moving forward.
Idea good as that.
IT orchestration by CDW. It gets who people. I mean, people who get it. Find out more at cdw.com/Cisco.
According to the 2010 census, only 13% of the population was over 65. Well, I wasn't part of the 13% back then, but I am now. And with the 2020 census, my response will inform funding for things like healthcare, public transit, all types of things. Here, complete
nurses their children goodbye, go to a hospital, deal with people who have the coronavirus. When you see them on the street, when you see them in a hospital, please just say thank you.
These are unprecedented times. Stay connected with WCBS 880 and at radio.com/stay connected. Hi, I'm WCBS anchor Steve Scott.
I'm Wayne Cabot.
I'm WCBS anchor Linda Lopez.
I'm Paul Murnane. I'm Michael Wallace. We've faced tough challenges in the tri-state before.
With support from each other, we've always come through stronger than ever. Stopping the spread of the coronavirus is a mission for all of us.
We need to show each other kindness and support.
During this crisis, the WCBS team is here for you.
Get the news you need from WCBS 880 and WCBS880.com.
For more, go to radio.com/stay connected.
Care-Right Centers would like to thank their incredible staff that has remained vigilant during these trying times. Not all heroes wear capes, and Care-Right is fortunate to have heroes that demonstrate such unwavering commitment to their thousands of patients throughout the country.
More than 1,300 beds for social distancing. One state senator from the Bronx tells our Linda Lopez he's worried for his constituents.
Now, State Senator Rivera, you are also the Health Committee Chairman in the State Senate. So while we are in the middle of this coronavirus pandemic, I want to ask first about your district in the Bronx. Tell me what you're seeing in the community.
Well, I have been observing social distancing rules, so I have not gone out much, but I've gone out a few times to go to the supermarket or go to the laundromat. I'm afraid that some of my neighbors are not observing social distancing rules as much as I'd like. I've had a few conversations with folks. Most of them have been friendly, but it seems that there's a lot of folks in our city who still do not understand the seriousness of this. And so I try to communicate to them again in the best way that I can. I take off my mask so they can see it's me, and then I
remind them that they should remain at home unless they absolutely have to. I'm very concerned about what's going to happen in communities like the ones that I represent in the next coming weeks, to be completely honest.
What more for your community?
So make sure that everyone who does not have New York is the number one state in the nation, epicenter of the entire world as far as this crisis. We need the resources that the federal government can muster. The state is doing an able job, but without the federal government's help, we will not be able to get through this. So those are the things that we need to do. Keep at home unless you absolutely, positively need to go to the hospital. Except for that, stay at home. Number two, make sure that we get protective equipment for our medical professionals. Number three, make sure that we pressure the federal government to provide us the resources that we need to be able to deal with this crisis ably.
Governor Cuomo said in his press conference today he wants all the state's hospitals, public and private, to work now as a health care family to share resources and staff. Do you think that's a workable solution, especially where we are in the crisis?
Now we're still behind the eight ball here, and it still looks like that apex, which we'll be reaching probably in the next 14 to 20 days, will test the capacity of the healthcare system. But one way to try to deal with it is by making sure that different hospitals communicate with each other. If there's overcapacity, if they're overcapacity in one place and undercapacity in another, then transferring patients to another place would be the way to go.
Bronx, New York State Senator Gustavo Rivera. 448 at WCBS. Traffic and weather together on the 8th. Back to Tom.
All right, Michael, the biggest delays that we see by far are in one spot in the Bronx on the westbound side of the Cross Bronx from White Plains Road right over to the outbound upper level GWB. Now, there are 2 lanes blocked as you start onto the upper level because of ongoing. The Major Deegan is heavy up the ramp, so you actually, at this point, you can use the southbound Bruckner to the northbound Deegan as a viable alternate. It is going to be heavy on that ramp starting northbound, going toward the outbound GWB, but it is definitely better than the trip on the westbound side of the Cross Bronx. Now, the east side, that delay at this point is very minimal because that's not where the construction is, and you can get to the lower level there. The west side also, you're in better shape there as well. About 5 to 10 minutes, if that, on the outbound side. Just seeing a little bit of volume on 9th and 11th Avenues going toward the outbound side of the Lincoln Tunnel. New Jersey Turnpike, Garden State Parkway, at this point, no delays to be seen anywhere. The northbound side of the according to CBS Traffic Center. Forecast with our chief meteorologist.
To be so wet from time to time, and now we've had another day where it brightened up a little bit, and that's all we can expect tomorrow. Just a little bit of brightening every once in a while. Hang on for Wednesday, that should be better. Around 40 tonight, mostly cloudy, showers around, and we're seeing them right now scattered around the region. Most of them are fairly light, quite light, but a few moderate ones could very well enter the fray as we go on through the evening and into the nighttime hours. Tomorrow, clouds, any scattered showers will give way to some brightening during the day, and it stays cool, though, with the wind off the water, 45 to 50. Mostly cloudy Tuesday night. Wednesday, partly sunny, and a high.
distancing in the subways. Monday afternoon, I'm Paul Bernay.
Just the headline. This is WCBS News Radio 880.
Cloudy skies, 48 in Manhattan.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Pam Coulter in Washington. The cavalry is riding to the rescue in New York City, hard hit by the coronavirus.
Feeling the presence of the United States military here just gave me a sense that things are going to be okay.
Mayor Bill de Blasio heartened by the arrival of the Navy hospital ship Comfort. The 1,000-bed floating hospital will care for non-coronavirus patients to help ease the strain on city hospitals. Several rural state governors today alerted President Trump they're struggling to obtain urgently needed medical supplies and testing equipment. CBS's Stephen Portnoy.
In a midday call with governors, the president heard from Wyoming Republican Mark Gordon, who said that Michelle Lujan Grisham drew attention to acute cases cropping up in the Navajo Nation, along with the spread of the virus near the Los Alamos and Sandia National Laboratories. Lujan Grisham worried coronavirus could wipe out tribal nations, while cases among workers at the nuclear labs could raise national security concerns.
A number of governors, including Oklahoma's Kevin Stitt, are taking tough steps to stop the spread of the virus.
Anyone in the state of Oklahoma, from New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, California, Louisiana, or the state of Washington, self-quarantine for 14 days in order to reduce the transmission from known hotspots in our country.
It's a very tough time for healthcare workers and their families. CBS's Jerika Duncan reports.
It's like working in a war zone with limited resources. 40-year-old Dr. Arabia Millette is an emergency physician at 2 hospitals serving low-income communities in New York City. I reached out to my therapist and said, I need you. This is hard. This is tough. I am no different from the next person. Dr. Millette said several people in her family have contracted COVID-19, including her mother, who's a nurse. She says her mom was in the hospital for 2 weeks. Thankfully, she's now at home recovering.
A Holland America cruise ship is headed for Florida. 4 people on board have died and others are sick. CBS's Steve Futterman.
Many on board the ship are nervous.
We're not sure what's going to happen to us.
Min Lee Chang is one of the passengers. He is on the ship with his wife. Originally, the cruise was supposed to end a week ago in Santiago. He remains confident things will be resolved.
I think eventually we will get back to the United States. The United States will not abandon its citizens.
But at the moment, there are no answers.
The Dow closed up 690 points today. This is CBS News.
You can listen to CBS News Radio 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on radio.com or the radio.com app. Download it today.
Your news, live and local. This is WCBS News Radio 880, a radio.com station.
It's a Monday afternoon, 48 degrees, mostly cloudy in Manhattan, 45 here at the Murnane in Fairfield County this afternoon. Tonight, heading down to a low around 40, cloudy skies. We'll be talking to Craig Allen about the forecast. Straight ahead, 5:03 WCBS News Time, and COVID-19 continues to take its grim toll on New York. Governor Cuomo with the word today that more than 250 additional New Yorkers have died from this virus since yesterday. More than 66,000 now have tested positive. And the governor is pleading for healthcare professionals to change their plans and come to help out New York in a time of need. Here's WCBS reporter Peter Haskell.
Hospital capacity is ramping up, but so is the number of patients. And with more and more healthcare workers getting sick, the governor is issuing an urgent plea.
If you don't have a healthcare crisis in your community, please come help us in New York now.
Cuomo says local health systems will backstop each other with personnel and supplies. President Trump has suggested the current equipment is walking out the door on its own.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what he's trying to say. If he wants to make an accusation, then let him make an accusation.
The governor spoke at the Javits Center where the first hospital beds are being filled today. Peter Haskell, WCBS News Radio 880.
5:05 at WCBS, and we had a spiritual shot in the arm today when we looked down into the Hudson and we saw the USNS Comfort arriving here in New York City. WCBS reporter Marla Diamond was on hand for the official welcoming.
The giant white ship with red crosses on its hull inched its way up the Hudson River here to Pier 90, bringing with it 1,200 medical staff and 1,000 patient beds to take the pressure off the city's overwhelmed ERs. But it's so much more than that, said Mayor de Blasio.
It's also about boosting the morale of New Yorkers who are going through so much. It's about saying to our heroes in those hospitals that help has come.
He thanked President Trump, who dispatched the floating hospital over the weekend from Norfolk, Virginia.
This is a wartime atmosphere. We all have to pull together. We may have differences in peacetime, but to the maximum extent possible, we all have to be as one.
The sailors and Marines will not go off the ship, and visitors will not be permitted on to prevent the spread of coronavirus. On Manhattan's west side, Marla Diamond, WCBS News Radio 880.
It's 5:06, and now to New Jersey, where Governor Phil Murphy had a stark turn today, a term that he used to describe the impact of the coronavirus. He says it will bleed meaningfully into the month of May. His words: New Jersey now has at least 16,636 cases, 198 deaths. WCBS reporter Christy Kalishian with more from the governor.
State Health Commissioner Judith Persicelli says social distancing is now at about 31% in New Jersey. If that continues, ICU beds could reach their capacity on April 11th.
Additionally, we're looking at dormitories and hotels to be able to take care of all of our patients in the safest way possible.
To prepare, she's now asking primary hospitals to double their critical care beds. There will be critical care units. Lower levels of care will be at field hospitals and even in general hospitals that have closed within the past 5 years. She's hoping to add at least 1,500 to 2,000 more critical care beds in the state.
Given what we have and recognizing there's an overwhelming demand and interest in getting tested, which we completely understand, let's make a meal out of testing symptomatic individuals.
Christy Kalishian, WCBS News Radio 880.
5:07, WCBS News Time.
Hey, it's Flo. And you know what word I've never understood? Top hat. Aren't all hats on top? They're like the toppest part of every outfit. Unless I've been doing it wrong. That's why I stick with simple words like protection. It means the sense of security you'll feel when your new home is protected by home insurance through me and Progressive. Also, there shouldn't be a top hat unless there's a bottom hat. Wait, is that what underwear is?
Save an average of 17% on car insurance when you bundle home and auto through Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Discount not available in all states or situations.
When everyone comes to the table, there's bound to be more loads of dishes. Lowe's can help with up to 40% off select appliance special values, including a fingerprint-resistant Whirlpool stainless steel dishwasher for $270 less. Now just $429. Its 1-hour wash cycle gives you clean dishes, glasses, and pans in just 1 hour. Plus, it features a sensor cycle that automatically sets the right wash and dry settings for each load. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Offer valid through 4/15 U.S. only.
5:08 at WCBS. It's got the lowdown on the Monday afternoon drive. It's traffic and weather together on the 8th, starting with Tom Kaminsky.
All right, Paul's the afternoon drive, such as it is, we do have some delays in Brooklyn on the Gowanus and BQE. Actually seeing the inbound side of the Gowanus right in the area of, as you just come in toward the Belt Parkway merge, a little bit slow there. More delays getting on up toward the area of the Prospect. Southbound side or outbound Gowanus, really not too bad there. Where we've had issues is in the Bronx, on the westbound Cross Bronx from White Plains Road, starting onto the outbound upper level GWB. Construction work there. It's going to be in place under the apartments right through about 10 o'clock tonight, we understand, so it is very heavy there. If you want to, you can use the approach southbound side of the Bruckner, down onto the elevated Bruckner, and then starting northbound on the Major D. And we do have a ramp delay getting to the outbound GWB on that ramp, but again, it is certainly at this point much better than sitting in that delay on the westbound side of the Cross Bronx. Outbound Lincoln and Holland, no delays there. Northbound Westernsburg, the Turnpike at 15W, we did have a stall there. That has now just been cleared. All those travel lanes have been reopened. I'm Tom Kaminsky, the WCBS Traffic Center. Craig Allen is here with our WCBS forecast. And Craig, just